Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westie here, and I wanted to jump on and quickly go over a few things for women specifically when you're looking at starting any nutrition program or any workout program or all these new health things that gals try out for 2018. Now, it is really common for people to say, I'm going to get healthy and fit, or I'm going to try this new thing and I'm so excited, which is so great, right? Any step you take towards a healthier you is a positive step. First, I'm just going to say that. But oftentimes women are not familiar with or really aware of how, when their timing is for their own personal physiology is, that's going to be best to start a new program or a new routine, new habit, that type of a thing. So a lot of times women are starting something, they're not starting it at the right time for their body. So they're not going to get the best result with it. Now, I have a book called The Female Fat Solution. It is on Amazon. It literally talks about nutrition that matches your cycle, your hormones, everything. You start where you're at. That's where I tell women to start. Like, where are you in your cycle and with your hormones? That's where you should start. That way you're going to get the best jump start with it. But if you're following a program that is sort of routine, very typical, again, that can be great, whether it be Weight Watchers or Whole30 or, something. I'm going to cut out sugar, excess sugar. Great. Whatever that may be, just kind of keep in the back of your head that if you are in one place versus another, you may not be as successful as if you were starting in a different phase of your cycle and your hormones. So let me explain. This is average cycle for women, right? Day 1 would be the first day of your period. Day 14 is about when you'd ovulate. Day 28 is when it ends. Now, every woman is different, right? This is different for, person to person. It can be different stages of your life, before babies, after babies. Stress can affect this, sleep, your nutrition, exercise, everything, right? Yay! So just kind of realize that, yes, this can be different, but it's really helpful to kind of track where you're at, and figure out where your body lies in here. Now, estrogen is dominant in the first part here, and progesterone is dominant in the second part here. These two hormones do completely different things in the body. Estrogen, you're going to have more energy. You're going to feel like you crush your workouts. You're going to recover from your workouts a lot better. So if you just started a gym and you're super excited about it and you're like, yeah, this is awesome, yet you feel like you're dragging butt, getting to the gym, feel like you're dragging through your workouts, and you're having a really tough time recovering, you may be over here, right? You may be in like day 22 of your cycle, which means that your energy is going to be lower, your metabolism is going to slow down, you're going to have a harder time recovering from your workouts. It's just, you're going to have a harder time pushing your max naturally when you're working out. That's just the way your body physiology works at this time here. So kind of keep that in mind. Starting a gym, anytime, great. But if you're starting it and you're in this phase here where progesterone is higher, it may feel tougher. And it may be tougher to get into the regular routine of getting to the gym. Getting to the gym, if you start anywhere in this phase here, you're more than likely to keep that habit. You're more than likely to feel good about it. You're more than likely to have a great experience right away at the gym with this specific timing. And that's just the timing for you. So kind of keep that in mind. If you are starting a workout and you're over here and you're like, this sucks. And 3 days into it, you're like, I can't keep it up. This is terrible. That's okay. That's okay. You may need more time. You may, if you say go every other day, don't feel bad about it. Just be like, you know what? I'm starting something new, or I'm doing CrossFit now or something. And this is really tough on my body. And if you're in this phase here, it's going to be tougher to come around from it. And wait until you're in this phase here. Wait until your cycle starts over and you're over here. It's going to be way different for you in this phase. It seriously is. And sometimes gals are like, well, I'm just feeling more fit, or I've been going for a couple of weeks now. That's why it's easier. Maybe it's because your body's in a different phase, and estrogen, just like the powerhouse, of the hormone that really gives you a ton of energy, is dominant. So you're feeling that. Kim, so you had a question. You're wondering where you're at. You've been in menopause for 7 years. Yes. Okay. You're calculating macros and using isogenics. Yes. Okay, perfect. So when your body goes through a hormone change, whether it be a hysterectomy or menopause or something like that, or say you're on birth control where your hormones, you still have hormone in your body, it's just going to be on a smaller scale. Estrogen and progesterone are primarily produced by your reproductive organs, right, by your ovaries and things like that. But when they become dormant or you don't have them anymore or whatnot, estrogen and progesterone are still there. They're just a lot smaller. So you can kind of start anywhere. I explain a little bit more about that in my book. But if you want to message me, maybe we can have a conversation about it. Might be easier to explain. But it's still beneficial to eat for your cycle because you're going to notice the difference here and here. Losing weight is so hard. Yes, right? And I'm going to talk more about how women go about weight loss the wrong way tomorrow because men and women lose weight differently. And so often women are targeted and talked to about losing weight in a specific way, and that's how men lose weight. Or we're putting benchmarks up for weight loss, and that's not the right benchmarks for us to be following because our body physiology is totally different because we have different hormones present. So as we're going through trying to make these health changes, trying to make things better, if we're not taking any of this into account, we're really shooting ourselves in the foot by not realizing, okay, my body is different. I need to be starting something here or kicking it into high gear here because estrogen does these specific things in my body. Progesterone does things that are totally different, kind of sucks the energy out of you, can lead to some other issues, and is really tough to come around from in terms of, feeling like you're giving it your all at the gym, feeling like you are, lifting harder, lifting more, making progress, right? So another thing too, for everybody out there who's taking measurements, and I'll talk about measurements and scales and calories and food and muscle mass and everything tomorrow. But when you're looking at really focusing on measurements or taking your weight or taking all these other things and you're tracking it, say every week or even every day, that's not enough data week to week. You can weigh 5 pounds more here than here just because your hormones are different here. Progesterone is going to cause you to hold on to more water weight naturally. Yeah. Yay, progesterone! Yay! So much good news today, right? Don't start it here. This is gonna suck. You're gonna weigh more here. Yeah. But if you're measuring, right? If you say you weigh yourself here and then you weigh yourself here and you're like, oh, dang it, I'm going in the wrong direction. You might be. Yeah. But so it's important if you weigh yourself on day 5, for example, of your cycle, weigh yourself on day 5 again, and then weigh yourself on day 5 again, right? Keep that consistent, or only really look at those specific days. If you like to weigh yourself every week or something like that, don't look at the week to week. Look at, okay, I'm going to weigh myself here and here, and then here and here again, and here and here again. And these are the ones that you compare to each other. And these are the ones you don't compare here to here because your body physiology is different. So it's not fair, your system changes throughout the month, and that's just what happens, right? So when you're looking at these things and looking at when you're starting a program, when you're going to the gym, when you're making these changes, and when you're taking your measurements or your weights or everything like that, it makes a big difference as to when you're doing it according to what your body naturally does. So track all of that. It will make a huge difference when you are looking at January into February and making progress towards your goals. So many women get frustrated because they're thinking, I'm going in the wrong direction, or I didn't make enough of a change, or this isn't really working for me. Well, it might not be that. It's just that you're a couple weeks later and it's different, right? Just different in your system. So it's very, very normal. This is something, if you guys are finding this to be helpful, please share this video. Honestly, there are so many women that are starting new things right now, and they're going to be totally lost or frustrated in a week or 2 or 3 because they're thinking, oh, I'm screwing it up. Oh, this is not right. It's not that it's not right. It's just that kind of keep in mind where your body's at. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about weight loss, how it's different for men and women, what to really look at, how women store fat, way different than men do. And then when we look at calories and everything else and the scale, what to really focus on and when to make sure that you're going to be making progress, that you're going to be moving towards goals, and that you're not going to be frustrated, stuck, everything else. Because although a lot of that stuff out there is geared for men, so any articles you're reading, all these other programs and stuff that are just kind of the same week to week, keep that in mind. They're the same week to week that's meant for a male body, not a female body. If it doesn't change throughout the month, then it's not meant for a female. So that's what I got for you guys right now. Please let me know if you have questions. You can comment below. You can message me. If you also have, even if you're like, you know what, I really want to know more information, or I'm wondering where I'm at, or how this is going to affect me, or something that you're doing, I put a link to my calendar. If you just have more questions and you want to click the link, you can schedule a call with me. I'd be more than happy to chat with you, and we can kind of troubleshoot some things so that you can get the best start to your 2018 possible. All right, I'll see you guys later.